we are going to look into the two, number 2. Ini interpretation number 2 pula. Subsection 2, for the purpose of the Act, a person secure access to any program or data held if, by causing a computer to perform, he alter, erase, copy, move, use, cause it to be output from another computer and reference to access to a program or data to an intent to secure all access shall be construed accordingly. Right? So this is a man that is so important. Siapa dia? Underline that one. This is a person, right? Okay, this is a person, all right, that is a person who is in charge of the computer. In another word, sometimes the person that described in your subsection interpretation 2, subsection 2, it's called a person in charge. All right, right next to it, a person secure access is a person in charge of the data. He has the right to alter, erase. He has the right to copy and move the information or the data itself. All right, I'm highlighting it in mine. I hope you are highlighting it in yours. All right, he uses it. He causes it to have it put into output. All right. Okay, boleh? He is said to be the one who is in access, the one who is in charge. All right. Next one. A person uses a program if the function he caused the computer to perform caused the program to be executed. All right. Okay. Is itself a function of the program. So what is a program? Computer program? That's why the person is called computer programmer. So next to subsection 3, you call him a person who use a program is a programmer. So if the law says that a programmer is to be held by the police for investigate, a program is to be held by the police, all right, okay, for further investigation, so the programmer will be held. All right, okay. Now, next one, 4. For the purpose of paragraph 2D, the form in which any data output, and in particular whether or not it represents, in the case of a program, is capable of being executed, in the case of data is capable of being processed. Right. So, jadi in paragraph 2D, all right, data can be whole, data can be programmed, data can be processed, but they are all immaterial for you to prove. All you got to prove in D, apa D, is that you have output. How the output is made, that is not important. Kenapa why this subsection 4 is important? Because next time when you want to tender evidence, you have to know the methods, how the data is being subtracted or being put into output, but you don't have to explain it to the court. All right, in my PowerPoint, I've shown to you how fishy is being done. All right, those are just to help you identify it. It's so difficult to identify it. All right, okay, but you only have to say to court that it has been identified, program, process, it has been used. So sometimes, right, jadi it is not something that we called in law as relevant. How you acquire it is not relevant. You show that there is an output is relevant. Okay, so number 4, it's all specifically for those who wants to, all right, go further or submit evidence in court. Number 5, subsection 5. For the purpose of this act, access of any kind by a person to any program or data held is unauthorized. Right, under the section 5, subsection 5, person unauthorized. Yeah, bukan person authorized, but person unauthorized is, he is not entitled to control access of the program or the data. All right, he is not having the consent or exceed rights over for the access or any kind to the program or to the data from the person who is entitled. So in the subsection 5, they talk about a person unauthorized in handling the computer. They also at the end says, when you are not above, not all of that in subsection 5, then you are an authorized person. So who is authorized person? A person who is entitled to control access of kind in questions of the program or data. Who is the authorized person? A person who consent is not, consent is with him, all right, and he have the right to give to himself or given to him to handle the matter of such kind. Right, so jadi, right, subsection 5, next to it, you have to write there unauthorized person, stroke authorized person. All right, okay, now let's look at subsection 6. A reference in this act to any program or data held in a computer includes a reference to any program held in any removable storage medium. Today kita ada apa? Kita ada removable. Apa dia panggil external data storage kan, external disk, something like that. So if it important for you, you write it at the corner, right? When it says data, sometimes data can be attached to the computer. Data can also be attached to the external storage. Yeah, all right. So jadi, when you are looking for evidence, you don't just look for the evidence in the computer itself. You look for the pen drive, you look for the external drive, you look for the external hardware, right? That is the external CPU sometimes. Yeah. All right. Now look into 7. For the purpose of this act, a modification of content. Right, that's the word that you want to highlight. All right, a modification of the content of any computer takes place by the operation of any function of the computer concerned or any computer. Bila, when modification happen? When any program or data held in the computer concerned is altered or erased. Right, any person or data introduced or added. Okay. Did they say new? No, there is no. You added data, you added program to the content that is already there. It's considered as modification. Next one, any event occurs with impairs the normal operation of any computer. That is the one. Okay, also consider apa? Impair the normal operation. What does it mean, impair the normal operation? What does it mean, impair a normal operation? Impaired mean you channeled the connection to another. Sometimes, you know, we can always deviate from one computer to another computer, or computer from outside is interfering. So that is impaired the normal. You change the normal, you cause the normal one not to function, you change the sequence of the navigation of the normal one, all right? Or you put a device that is all impaired, which is not there, then you are impaired. Or the system is blocked, some of the system program is blocked, some of the data is, it's available on the screen, but it's not available to be accessed. That is impaired. Right, this word impaired, you'll be able to see in many situations, right? Many situations in the movie, right? Okay, sometimes we can learn something from it, kan? All right, okay. Now, next one, an act and any act that contribute towards causing such modification shall be regarded as causing it. So even when you attempt it, whether the attempt is successful or not, the computer will register the transaction, the action or the transaction. All right, so therefore that is also considered as modification. So you can be charged by modification, or you can be charged with attempted to create modification. All right, okay.
If I may interrupt, Prof.
Yes, dear.
Okay, how about ethical hacking?
What do you mean by ethical hacking, Ahsan?
For example, if I'm not mistaken, long time ago, a hacker told Bank Rakyat that their online banking is not secured. but Bank Rakyat doesn't trust him. Then he hacked into Bank Rakyat internet banking to show them that the system has flawed.
Okay, and
then he give them the coding, saying that where is the problem with the internet banking.
Right.
So, but he is lucky because Bank Rakyat doesn't press charges on him. What happens if Bank Rakyat press charges on him?
Yeah, he can be guilty. All right, because when he made that first move to show off that to the bank that there is a problem with the system, he does not have the consent from the bank. So next time, if you notice that there is a weakness in the system, all right, and you want to show off to them, you cooperate with them. Because in the insurance company, right, in the insurance company, it has happened long ago that it involves insurance company for lawyers. All right, lawyer was supposed to, long ago in Malaysia, lawyer doesn't have to take insurance. But after some corruption situation and some CMA corruption happened, all right, so the country and the Bar Council imposed an insurance system. So if I have a company and my company, it consists of 5 people, all right, and I have a big account, so my I insured my company for 5 million, right? Every month I will pay a generous amount of fees, all right, installment, or apa dia panggil, premium to the
premium
company. Okay, right, this has happened before, right? So because the system was new to the Bar Council, all right, one of these clever chap, all right, wanted to say that if the money that is paid to the directly to the insurance company, right, because we are using a direct banking, that direct banking can easily be hacked. So what he did was he hacked the insurance company, right, and he is working in one of the firm, right. Okay, so when he hacked the money, he took out the money and he went to the insurance company. The insurance company, all right, was very didn't even know that it is happening. So, and he showed it, right, that he has been carried out that ethical behavior, as you put it, all right, okay, and showed it to the insurance company, and he was arrested. He was charged under this Computer Crime Act, right, and he was jailed for 3 years.
Oh my God.
All right, so be very careful. But this one, all right, remember, a newspaper have not caught with it. It had happened, all right, okay, on appeal, he appeals to it, right, for instead of 3 years, he have to pay amount of money, but he doesn't take any gain money, right? So the money that they were imposed on him was too big, and he rather go to jail, all right. Okay, for 3 years. These are light jail. Of course, it goes to certain kind. There are certain types of jail in Malaysia, right? So he goes to the one that is very light. Tapi whether it's light or not, you have been jailed for 3 years. So don't do it. You have to get a consent, all right? You have to tell them that you have to show them, but don't show them in actual taking of the money. But actual taking of the money is theft. So the friend in the Bank Rakyat is really very lucky, not as the friend in the insurance company with the Bar Council supporting him. All right, okay.
Not a prof, not a...
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. So thank you for the word ethical hacking. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. I can accept that. That's good enough to describe the good intention. But the action over here, if we look into this subsection 7, yeah, Ehsan, all right, do you see? Is there any intention? Is there any good faith? Tak ada kan? So the word
no.
is, if you commit the action, you already commit a modification. Ini baru interpretation aja. Okay, that's why it's important to look into the interpretation, because all this action done by a person, all right, later will cost him offense, to be an offender. Okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now,